Hello guys and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are back with another team of, and this is going to be my team of the round of 32 basically. Last 16 starts today with Canada, Morocco and Paraguay, France. If you want to see what I believe will happen in those games, check out my prediction video that I posted earlier today. This, as I explained just, is going to be my team of the round of 32, and I'm just going to preface this by saying a majority of this is going to be players that I've watched, because I won't have watched every game in the round of 32. So some games where there might have been standout players, or you guys watching might think there were standout players, I probably didn't watch. Like I didn't watch the Portugal match. I watched bits of the Spain match. And, well, who else did I not watch? A couple of the last few days I haven't watched basically. But yeah, let's get into it and let's start with goalkeeper. And for goalkeeper, it's a familiar face. We've got Orlando Gil of Paraguay, and I don't really think there was much other choice. You could argue Vizinha for Argentina last night, but Gil for me is such an imposing goalkeeper. He doesn't look like you should beat him for me. And Germany struggled too. Obviously, they had that goal disallowed in extra time, but I had to pick Gil. He made several saves in the game. Obviously, won the shootout as well. So, it's hard not to pick someone who's been a major piece in an underdog win in Paraguay beating Germany. I don't know how many saves he made exactly. I think it was 5 or 6 during the 120 minutes. And then obviously he saved two in the shootout, yeah, because then Tar scored one. But I mean, feel like there shouldn't really be much argument to that. Like I say, you could maybe say Vizinha, but I just don't think. I don't think Vizinha's as good as what he's being hyped up. I think if Vizinha was like 32, then there wouldn't be so much being made about it because of his age. Then understandable, like it's good that he's still playing at this quality at this age. But yeah, I feel like if he was younger, then it'd just be like, okay, the keeper's had a good game. But yeah, that's why I'm going for Gil, and there's probably going to be a Paraguay theme to this team, in all honesty. Now, moving on to the defence, as you can see, I forgot to mention beforehand, I'm going for like a 3-4-3 formation. I feel like that's because I've gone for this because I don't feel like there was many fullbacks that really stood out in the games that I watched. I was and ahhing about O'Reilly for England because I thought he had a good game despite us being quite poor. But these are the three that I've gone for on the screen. Start off with the odd one out in Lisandro Martinez. I think he was the best player on the pitch for Argentina yesterday. Everyone will say, oh yeah, Messi, Messi, Messi. And obviously he scored. But I feel like Lisandro Martinez, he obviously scored. He got the assist for Messi's goal. And I think defensively he was quite solid. I mean, the first goal was, I think, a lot of Argentina players were out of position for the Cape Verde first goal, and then obviously the second goal was an insane strike. So it's hard to really blame anyone for that, really. So Martinez goes in as well. He got a goal and an assist in a win as a centre half, so it's hard not to put someone in for that. And then the other two spots are also Paraguayans. You got Canale, who I think scored the winning penalty, and Gomez. I just think their two centre halves were solid. They headed everything. I mean, every Paraguayan player in that team was solid. I'd want any of them playing for my team, West Brom, mainly because they're probably the quality of us. But they just looked like they'd run through a brick wall for everyone, and it showed in the performance. And every cross came in, they were throwing the bodies in the way, and they were throwing the bodies at the ball to try and clear it. And I think these two really set the tone with organising the defence and just putting the bodies on the line. Obviously, Canale got the winning penalty, which was massive for them. So, yeah, that's the defence. Currently, we've got 3 Paraguayans. I think from what I've selected, that is it, though, for Paraguayans. And there'll be a bit more variety in the midfield and attack. Right, guys, onto the midfield. And Lloyd, turns out I did have another Paraguayan in. We'll start with him. I think it's Matthias Galaza. He was just like the shithouse of the team. He was the one flying into tackles. I think he was the one that Musiala snapped at, where he threw himself into a challenge and was kind of lucky that Galaza's leg wasn't planted because he may have been sent off. obviously didn't mean anything in the end. But he was just like the engine, and just like he seemed to be everywhere. Every time there was a foul or a foul won, it seemed to be him on the ball or a tackle. He just seemed to be got running. I don't know how much ground he covered, but he seemed to be everywhere. And yeah, I mean, I'm the kind of person that loves that player, kind of player in my team, which may translate to the other selections that I've made. But yeah, I just think he was really good. Obviously, every player for Paraguay was really good, but the four that I've picked were standouts for me. And I think all four of these, well, Gil and the back three definitely played 120 minutes. I'm not sure about Galaza. I can't remember if he got subbed off in the end, but I know he played a fair chunk. So he's the first selection in midfield. We'll go next to Kevin Pina of Cape Verde. Obviously, had to have some Cape Verde players in this team. And Kevin Pina, he was the base. He was crucial to how they set up. He was, I mean, their fullbacks didn't really get forward. It was pretty much a four just staying there, getting, and the fullbacks like trying to push up as and when they could. But Pina was that man, stood in front of the defence and helped with transitions, like stopping any counter attacks from Argentina. He was the man to spray passes around. You know, he just, yet again, he just seemed to be everywhere, and he seemed to be, when Cape Verde had the ball, he was the one dictating where the ball was going. If you saw him off the ball, he was telling other players where to pass and making moves to drag players out of the way for those passes. And he just seemed to be the one in the team that had like a proper footballing brain and was trying to organise everything and set everything up. Obviously, unfortunate to be on the losing team in the end, but yeah, he's the second pick in midfield, and I think he may have. Well, I think Vizinha will get the plaudits because of the saves he made, but I think Pina was probably the best player on the pitch for Cape Verde. And then the other two positions, I mean, we'll start with Jude because anyone watching this and getting to this point will think he's just picked Jude because he's English. I feel sorry for Jude because he seems to be the scapegoat. There always seems to be a scapegoat for England that everyone targets. He was kind of one last in the Euros, but I don't think his performances were that good in the Euros. Whereas this World Cup, I think he has been the crucial cog. He's covered the yards. He's always making runs. That, like against DR Congo, he was the one making runs in behind. I know, obviously, main talking point was before Kane got the winner, Bellingham's a greedy bastard because he didn't square it to Eze. And obviously, he could have scored before that. He had 2 shots on target, I think, before that with headers, where he could have maybe scored. But if you watched him in the game, obviously, with Kane dropping deep, the space in beyond, and he's the one making the runs. And every time it was a good run. Like the chance he missed, where he could have squared it to Eze, he ran from deep and created the space. And he, as much as he missed that chance, he pretty much created that opportunity for us to score because he'd made the run late on in the game. He'd already been doing them all game, and he looked exhausted after the goal with the clip of him celebrating, but he put in the hard yards. It's Jude Bellingham. Like I feel like he's highly disrespected. I think he's our best midfielder. A lot of people like Declan Rice, and he's a world class player, Declan Rice. But I just think Bellingham is a step above. And if England are ever going to do anything in the next 10 years, then Jude Bellingham is going to be the crucial cog in that. If we're going to go far in this tournament, obviously currently injuries are probably hampering us, but Bellingham is going to be a key part, and he's the engine room. I mean, all three of our midfielders that have started, and a lot of them that have been selected, they can cover a lot of ground, and they've really not got high fitness levels. But Jude's the star man, and I just don't think obviously Kane gets the plaudits because it's Harry Kane, and you know he took both goals well. But I mean, Jude just doesn't get the credit he deserves. I don't think. Obviously, he's not had a great season with Madrid this year, but he's, in my opinion, other than Kane, he's England's star man. So he gets in for the second round in a row for me after being in the team the group stage. And the final pick is Tielemans, who was massive in Belgium's shock turnaround. Obviously, he got that clutch penalty in the end. Debatable whether it was or not, but I mean, he won the penalty, he took the penalty, he scored the equaliser. He was brave to throw himself at the ball for the equaliser because the keeper came flying out. Obviously, the keeper was the reason that it went in, but He was brave to throw himself at it. He was constantly on the ball in the game. He obviously had that bit of an argument with Trossard, and I think it was Trossard that crossed it for Tielemans for the winner, which was quite nice and quite funny that had that little argument, and then they combined to save them. But yeah, I mean, I've been impressed with Tielemans. I'm shocked that Belgium don't really play Onana next to him just because the Villa collection. I know they played the first game together, but I think Tielemans is a star player, and dare I say, I think he's Belgium's best player currently. De Bruyne's not really done much this season. He's not been great really in the World Cup. Obviously, him and Lukaku are struggling for fitness, but in terms of right here, right now, Tielemans is Belgium's best player, and he showed it last game, and he's been solid all tournament, but he stepped up last game and saved his team, and that is the midfield rounded off with Tielemans. Let's move on to my attacking three. And this is my front three. I mean, we'll start with the obvious one, Kylian and Mbappe. France dominant against Sweden. I mean, there's a reason why there's only one French player in this team, because it was so comfortable for them. And it was one of them where I was focusing on the first half, and then the second half I just had it on in the background. So I was like, well, are Sweden going to do anything? And they didn't. And Mbappe was a crucial part, obviously. Brilliant first goal, and an even better second goal for him with that little back heel before as well in the build-up. And I mean, France are the team to beat, aren't they? I do worry about their defence. I think their defence is still lacklustre and it's not really been tested. Obviously, I think if they win today against Paraguay, they play the winner of Canada and Morocco. So if it ends up being Morocco-France, that could be an interesting game, because Morocco will test the French defence. But I mean, I think I've said that at the last tournaments, that the French defence ain't the greatest, and it still got them to the World Cup final in the end, and they pushed Argentina all the way and only lost on penalties. So they are the team to beat, and they're the favourites for a reason. Mbappe is probably the best player. Well, he's debatably the best player in the world. Anyway, there's probably an argument for 3 or 4 players at the moment, but Mbappe's in. Pretty obvious. He's probably going to be in the team. He's probably going to win the Golden Boot, because I feel like France will go further than Argentina, and Mbappe is not going to stop scoring. So he's going to end up being outright World Cup top scorer. Obviously, he's neck and neck with Messi at the moment, but Mbappe's got like 3 more World Cups in him. Like, he could end up with like 40 odd goals in the World Cup, which is mental, especially if they keep extending the amount of teams in there. Up front, I've gone with Harry Kane. Obviously, carry job in the end with 2 goals for us. Obviously, the second goal I really liked. It was just, I'm a striker, I'm gonna shoot. Like, why wouldn't I? And it was a brilliant finish. Obviously, sad for DR Congo. They played really well, but I mean, in all fairness, I struggled with the striker position because I don't think Kane was really involved that much before his goals. But he's Harry Kane. He's the reason we're playing tomorrow night against Mexico. He's the reason why we're in the next round, and I can't really say much else. 2 good finishes, just does what a good striker does. I mean, if I'd watched the Spain game, I would have probably picked Ayathabal up front because he got 2 as well. But we'll go with Harry Kane, support the boys, and somehow I've squeezed 2 England boys in it, and I nearly had 3 with Nico O'Reilly. And then finally, we're going for the man who scored the goal of the tournament. I don't think there's going to be a goal that defeats that with Sidney Lopez Cabral. He played really well as well for the minutes he played, and I can't really say anything. He's purely in for that goal, like, to just think, I'm going to hit it. Like, when your team low down in the rankings as Cape Verde, such an underdog as Cape Verde, you've took your opposition to extra time, you've played really well, you've arguably been you have been the better team in spells during the game, and then to concede so early in extra time, to then go, you know what? I mean, Cape Verde as a team, they went, we're not going to just let this deflate us. We're going to push forward. Fair play to the manager, because he brought another striker on. But for Cabral to just go, you know what? I'll back myself. I'm going to shoot it, and he whipped it. I mean, I had no words. I was in shock when it went in. I couldn't and he obviously was as well. If you saw the celebrations, he was like holding his head and everything, and I think that's a lot of people's reaction. it was a world class strike, and obviously it's sad that Cape Verde didn't win, or at least take it to penalties. But that goal will forever be immortalised in World Cup history. Really, scoring that against the current world champs at the time is an accolade for the rest of your life. And guys, that is my team of the round of 32. If you think someone else should be in it, let me know in the comments down below. If you truly disagree with someone being in here, also comment it. I'm happy to argue my case. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.